Sunday the 2nd of June 2024 and the Formula 1 stock cars are making their first ever appearance at Aldershot Raceway. First time in Aldershot since 1961. It's the penultimate World Championship qualifying round and we're going to follow the story of the day. First we're going to find out from some of the drivers their initial thoughts of the track. Frank Raymond, you've just been out for practice.
Yes.
Aldershot. Yep. First time ever.
Yep.
What's your thoughts?
It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's a driver's track, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a lot of racing tracks that are just like consistent, but that was, yeah.
So what do you mean by it's a driver's track?
Both ends are different.
Right.
Completely different corners. You have to think all the time. The far end, you have to be back on the power across the corner, then back and back again. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's good. I enjoyed it.
So how long did it take you? How many laps did you do in practice? Like 10? Was it about 10?
It was about 10, yeah.
So at what point did you go, I've kind of got a bit of a grip of this?
First lap.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've always been good in my career. I can adapt to any track and I love any track and I can get on them quick. Very similar shape to Rotorua, what I race in New Zealand.
Right, okay.
Pear shape. Obviously, no, I enjoyed it. Car went well, got gearing right. Everything seemed to work good.
So from a quick glance from me, I was like, there's nothing like this that we currently race at.
No, there isn't, no.
So how do you know then how to set the car up? Is it just...
But what I hear say, you talk to drivers who've raced obviously there's only the minis and stuff raced.
Yeah.
But you can get an idea of where you are and what you're doing in gear. As long as you get the gearing right, and then you can work the rest, and then obviously the driver can do the rest.
So people are saying it's going to be like a stock car meeting today. Do you just think that from that practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people here already to watch.
Yeah, it looks like a busy place today. I think there'll be a lot of excitement that we're here. You know, that's the main reason I wanted to come and race here. Obviously, you know, I've raced 37 years, I've never raced here. If we don't race here again, you know, I want to say I've raced here. So, but I enjoy new tracks, I enjoy the challenge, I enjoy being here with people. You see different spectators, and you know, they're like, wow. And you know, that spectator then might travel.
Yeah,
you know, and it makes a big difference to what we're doing.
I think as the week went on this week, they started to get a real buzz around Aldershot. It almost like kind of crept up on us, didn't it?
When we first started, the numbers were looking a bit. It's a long way, and it is a long way, and it's just one day. But then, as the week got on, we managed to get up. We were hoping to get sort of early 20s, and we're in early 30s now. And I was absolutely blown away with that. For the lads to come here to do that today, you know, we don't know what format we're running yet. We're going to see how practice went and then make a decision. Obviously, you know, we're just up for some good racing. So
good. Thank you very much. Have a nice .com meeting.
I shall try.
Roger's here, and he's doing race winners, so you may get the...
Speak to him.
So
that's an incentive for me.
Absolutely. The legend that's Roger Bromley. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's all I need.
That's all you need. I'll leave it with you. Go away and think about that.
That's all I'm going to think about. Thank you.
Pleasure. Cowley, Aldershot.
Good morning.
Have you ever been this far, kind of southwesty? That's where we've kind of gone, isn't it? Have we travelled down?
Yeah, I think we've done Wimbledon before, and obviously that's like this sort of way, and Arena Essex back in the day when my dad was racing. But yeah, now this is the furthest for us south, so good run.
Yeah, been out for practice.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
It's a driver's track. I'll be honest. It's tight. It's not like your typical Skegness where it's all about car setup. Round here, it's going to be really the driver. Although it's really small, you've got to attack it, and it's really weird because you've got two different bends.
Right. Okay.
You can't get in a rhythm. It's one bend's really like an hairpin. Right. The other one's you're hanging it out.
Right. Okay.
You know.
So which one's that? The bottom end is tight, and the top end is.
This bend here is really tight, and then the top bend is really long and big.
Yeah.
A bit like Log Gelly.
Yeah.
But when you come out the bend, most tracks sort of open up just to allow you to open the steering wheel up a little bit. Now this comes in at you, and you've just got to be sort of, you want to get on it, but then you're off, then you're on. Yeah, it's tricky, but no, it's good fun.
Yeah. So in terms of a race then, a stock car race, do you think it's going to be a stock car race, or do you think people are going to be cautious because it is kind of
I mean, you've got to be careful around here, really. You know, if you're respectful to other drivers, because if you hit someone wide, there's not a lot of runoff from to go into the wall. So very much like sort of Cowden beef.
Yes.
If you hit someone in the wall, 9 times out of 10 they bounce off in front of you.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit careful, I think, regarding that. But well, you know, we ain't amateurs, we've been doing this for long enough. So.
It's a long way to come, like you say, but 32 cars in the pit. So it's a great kind of like show for the fans that are going to potentially see Formula 1 for the first time.
Absolutely. I think, you know, tracks are dying, aren't they? You know, this disappearing with council and what have you, and you know, while there's still tracks left, we need to be going all over the country. We need to. If we want this sport to survive, we need to be travelling. We need to be putting the hours in. And you know, as soon as we've seen it come up on the fixture list, great, we're going down. You know, no matter what. We'd love to go to more. You know, Bristol. We've been Bristol before. We'd love to go back there. I think there's a little bit further. There's one further down, isn't there?
Yeah. Taunton.
There's one up further down from here as well, near Bournemouth. Ringwood is that?
Yeah.
You know, let's get to these tracks. You know, they're still there. They're not going to be there forever. While we've got this sport, let's showcase it.
And I think the thing is, though, people want to watch Formula 1 stock cars who might not want to do 2-3 hours. And like when I went over there for practice, it was a massive crowd of people already. Do you know what I mean? In the stadium, ready to watch.
Yeah, I think it's you know, it's our sport is a spectacle of oval racing. Yeah. You know, and whether we go up to Scotland, we get a good following from there. Whether we come down south, we had a good following here. You know, people. I mean, I was in the pub last night down here. We come last night. I was talking to some guys that had come from Newcastle. Really? And they just said because we've never been it. We've never been here. We just want to come and watch it. And that is a trek. And they're not even racing. You know, and that says something when there's people coming down the night before, they're stopping in hotels just to come just for one day today. We need to be all over that, you know, and showcasing it, and you know, until we can, that's what we'll continue to do. So
good. Very quickly, season 24.
Yeah.
A decent start.
Yeah.
Red roof.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, good start really. We've just been, unfortunately, we had the shale engine go off for a rebuild during the winter, and it's not back with us. Okay. And that is, we had a really good start. So we had this engine in the shale car at the start of the season, swapped it then for the tarmac runs because the tarmac season was coming. And then it's unfortunate, it's like, you know, 2 weekends of shale, then a weekend of tarmac, or vice versa. I haven't got the time in the week to be swapping engines and also repairing cars as well. You know, my dad's sort of out there with me doing bits and bobs. My boys that come with me, they've all got families, so they commit enough coming racing with me, never mind the weekday. So 9 times out of 10, it's just me on my own, and you know, I can't be doing all that on my own. And I've got a family myself, you know, young kids, and it's unfortunately something's got to give.
Yes.
And we've had a good start to the season. We've got a good spot for a semi by the looks of things. We'd like to be a little bit further up in the points, chasing maybe to get into that shootout, but you know, unfortunately, such as life, work commitments, family commitments. You know, racing's great, but it's not
life, is it?
It's not up the top of the pecking order, unfortunately.
No. But good. Thank you very much, Chris. Thanks for explaining, I guess, kind of the absentee on the shale, and you know, and hopefully engine back soon. And
it's due to come. I believe it's going on the dyno on Monday, tomorrow. So all being well, we'll have that back tomorrow night. We are booked in for European.
Yes.
The idea is if that's not back, this engine's going in. So we're going to European regardless. Northampton, a local track for me.
Yeah.
We want to be there, and we want to be European champ. And if you want to be European champ, you've got to be in it.
Yeah. Good. Thank you very much. Have a good race today.
Thank you very much.
Matt Newsom, the last time we spoke, I was at your yard. It was the middle of winter. It was snowing. It was raining, and we're at a beautiful Aldershot.
I know. It's actually a really nice day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. So, right, I'm always fascinated by your journey time. So, journey time from Norfolk to Aldershot.
We actually did 4 hours this morning. We left at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
We got here 4 hours. And to be fair, we had a really good trip. I bet it ain't like that on the way home, though. We come around the M25 and hardly even saw a car and was like, what's going on here? But I can imagine on the way home, Sunday traffic would be a nightmare. But no, we were going to come last night, and then we didn't, and then we got up this morning. I felt it this morning at 4:30 when the alarm went off to get ready, but no, we're here, and not a bad trip.
Yeah, right. First thoughts of the track. Have you been here before?
No, I've not been here. To be fair, a lot of people think I've been here because obviously in the ORC mini days, this was one of the tracks, but it wasn't built. That's showing my age now. It wasn't built when I raced. Casey and people that are a bit younger than me, they raced here, but I haven't. This first time I've been here, and to be honest with you, I'll say it how it is. I think the place is great so far. You know, we got here, car parking is good. We got here. I'll say, well, I've had a quick go in practice. I think the track's good. Yeah. Yes, it's small, and yes, it's probably a good stock car track, but we need that. I mean, people always laugh about Mildenhall. I think Mildenhall's the best track we've got. Yeah. Yes, it's not very big, but it's just a great action track. And I think today, I I would put my money on it. The racing here is twice as good as it is at Ipswich in 2 weeks. But we all know Ipswich is a great place, but it just doesn't suit Formula One racing. Do you know what I mean? It's fast, it's one speed, it's hard to do anything. Here, to be fair, I think it'll be really good.
Just talking to Frank and Chris, and they're both saying two very different bends, very kind of quite technical, you need to understand kind of the track and what you can and can't do.
Yeah, I think it is one of them. I think it's a very slow, tricky track. It reminds me a bit of Bellevue. I know Bellevue was shale, but Bellevue was ever so tight, tricky, and it wasn't about sort of speed, it was about getting your corner right, and I think today will be very similar to that. You probably find a car that doesn't look very fast is actually going very well.
Yeah. So is it one of those tracks when you've got Skegness and you kind of get whites and yellows that get away, it's very difficult to catch them. Is that going to be this today, or do you think it is the guys with more experience?
Bit. I think you'll find a lot of low graders will get away around here because it's quite difficult looking at it to overtake.
Right.
So I think what will happen is some of the fast cars will get held up overtaking, but I think probably when it got to the speed factor, I think you'll probably find that the quicker guys were quicker.
Yeah, I understand that. And when I went up there for practice, like, there was a lot of people watching. There feels like it's a big crowd.
Well, I sat on there waiting for the practice to start, and I sort of looked over the fence, and there was a lot of people watching. Whether it's because they've never seen Formula One, so they were desperate to hear the noise for the first time, I don't know. But to be fair, the car park even looks full, so I think generally that's a good day, isn't it?
Absolutely. So Bristol next, is that just a bit further on for you?
No, to be fair, I raced at Bristol a few times, but it didn't do a lot for me, to be fair. Truthfully, to me, it should have been Ipswich last night,
do you reckon?
Saturday night, and then it should be here today. Okay. I think Ipswich in a few weeks' time, I think you'll get very low numbers because they've either spent all their money coming here, or they spent all their money. You can't do everything. And again, like what I said earlier, I think Ipswich racing's, in my opinion, Ipswich racing's boring. Yeah. So I think that people have gone, I'm going to go Aldershot, and I think they won't bother. But to me, you'd have got people here if you'd have said Ipswich last night here. Yes. You know, I think it'd have happened. Yeah, Bristol's a bit closer, I get that. But to me, I don't know, Bristol didn't quite have the feel of it.
I understand that.
It was all right. You know me. I'll go anywhere. I don't care, do I? You know.
Is it stock car racing that's got
Formula One? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, listen, have a great day today.
Let's hope so. See you later on.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Charlie Sauder.
Hi.
Aldershot.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Practice was all right. I didn't really have much brakes, so I was struggling a bit, but the general shape of the track, I quite enjoyed it. It's something a little bit different. So
when you say different, different in what respect?
One bend's like real sweeping and quite long, and the other one you've really got to like try and anchor on to stop the car and get around the corner. So it's a bit different, but I mean I'm sure it's going to provide good stock car racing. So yeah.
Are you out to the fence, or are you tucking in tight? I saw a little bit of practice, and like down here, you seem to be quite tight coming in.
Yeah, it was hard to tell because obviously my car wasn't quite right, struggling with brakes, but I think you've got to be like scrubbing them tyres, especially down 3 and 4. But 1 and 2, you can sort of go up the track a little bit and then get a good exit. It's a weird track. Yeah. You've definitely got to adjust your driving to suit the place, but yeah, it seems good.
So it's small, right? So you've got a small track, so Skegness is small, and you tend to get kind of quite a few lower graders that get away and claim victories top 10. Do you think that's the same here, or is it going to be a bit more of a technical track, so you'll benefit you guys coming from the back with a bit more experience?
Yeah, I think your drivers are definitely going to shine today. Like obviously you do have your good lower graders, but I think your top boys who have been doing it a long time, and they're going to be able to adjust quicker. Yes. Personally, I might be wrong. You might have white tops and yellow tops all night, but I do think you'll have the reds and supers come through, even some blue tops. I mean, there's some quick drivers out there, but we'll see. The stock car race, isn't it? Like
absolutely. Absolutely. And you do like a stock car race?
I do, yeah. I do. Well, I've always said to my old man, I say if we're up the front, then we'll always make it a stock car race. But we've been struggling a little bit lately, especially on tarmac. So if we're there, then we'll make it exciting. But I mean, if we're struggling, then we'll just sort of sit back and try and pick a few off here and there. But it is what it is.
So you mentioned tarmac this year. So very quickly, I guess. So season's been a bit of a struggle because Skegness was a bit of a disaster weekend, wasn't it? It wasn't. Certainly to begin with, it seemed quite hard going for you.
Yeah, I mean, we had a diff go in practice, and then put our spare axle in, which was near enough the same, but there was a few bits and bobs wrong with it. So we went out for the Consolation. It was really, really bad. Changed the diff of the old axle, put that back in, and then we was just chasing ourselves all night really, and just struggled. So we'll get there.
and the Grand National happens, but we can't talk about that because that's a future project that's coming. So yeah, but yeah, listen, have a great day today, and clearly loads of fans are interested. People want to come and watch this today, and looking at loads of people here.
Yeah, it's busy.
Yeah,
nearly a sellout crowd. I it's nice because obviously quite a lot of the Southern fans who are more into the hot rods and bits and bobs, they don't quite get to experience F1s that often. So it's nice. It's nice to put on a show for different people, and hopefully they enjoy it. Yeah,
but the thing is as well, they look at a fixture list and go, it's Northampton next weekend, that's only an hour and a half up the road from me. Do you know what I mean? It might encourage people to go and try stock cars elsewhere.
Hopefully it does, yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to have more meetings down here. I said in a post in the week, it'd be nice to go to Bristol. And I said Yarmouth as a joke and to get a few nibbles. I don't know if Dean will let us go there, but yeah, I don't see why. Obviously F1s are big and they're powerful, but at the end of the day we're running out of tracks, and the small little tracks that people think we can't get round, try it.
Yeah.
The worst that can happen is people turn around and say no, it's too small.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't going to lose anything. Today might be an amazing meeting, and next time might get 60 cars there like Skegness.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think if we try it, you ain't going to know until you do it. So.
But Formula 1 is a brand, and people, anybody over racing knows about Formula 1 stock cars, and clearly people want to watch Formula 1 stock cars. It's just they don't want to travel 4 hours. So maybe it is me to take the show to them.
F1 is a pinnacle of oval racing in England, in my opinion, and to get to more places and more tracks, even going up to Scotland and doing stuff down south. If the F1 community sticks together and tries to get our name out there a bit more, obviously everything the BSCDA team do for social media is unbelievable, but if we can actually get to new places, then it's only going to attract more fans, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
perfect.
Hopefully that happens.
Good, have a great meeting today, and if you win races, you get to talk to Roger later on.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know, everyone's an incentive.
He's going to panic for me this weekend.
Apparently, I know he did as well.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure I'll find out.
No, don't ask. Don't ask.
I'm not going to win because I don't know what happened.
Judge Ollie, thanks so much.
Cheers, thank you.
Morton, look at this. This is the first ever F1 race. I believe it's the first one F1 race at Aldershot, and you're the first ever winner. How does that feel?
Well, funny enough, it feels good. I'm glad that there's so many cars here. A big crowd. I was surprised on going around then how many there actually is, but I suppose that these animals and the weather brings a good crowd.
Beautiful day for it.
Oh, it's absolutely mint. We've done a lot of hours this week in the garage, so big thanks to Frank, everyone at Team Wayman, my old man. We've done a big change and it's paid off. Went out in practice, felt it was going to be a good day, and then we were just laughing and joking, saying how great would it be to be the first winner in an F1 at Aldershot, and
it's pretty cool.
For once, luck's been on our side. It's played out.
You can't say those words without telling me what changed. What do you do?
Oh, I'm not allowed to tell.
No, you're allowed to. What ballpark are you in?
We've changed the back axle.
Okay.
We've changed how the car works and springs and just general car setup.
And it was a big change from what you normally do.
Yeah, after the damage at Skeg, we realised that we were halfway there to actually doing the change. So I think Tuesday night it was. We just said, sod it, let's do it. And me and my old man are over the moon that we actually have done it now.
Did you test before? Did you go out in pre-race testing?
Yeah, did one practice this morning. First time since the alteration. And
was it instant?
Yeah, I knew straight away that today is going to be a good day. As long as people leave me alone, which they did in that one so far. So.
Well, you had a little wobble with Lewis here.
Me and Lewis get on, and we both went up the grades together. We're both yellow at Ipswich, and we had a laugh at Skeg and got a 1-2 there. And I just said to him, "Look, let's just go again like Skeg."
Did you go like that?
No, maybe when I went past, but no, I've got a lot of respect for Lewis. He's a lovely lad.
Of course.
And yeah, I just sort of got past him and just went.
So are you carrying on the tradition of your father as well? Because he's done a few races in his time, hasn't he?
Yeah, it looks that way. Even on the circuits, but my old man was 32 in the Legends, I was 32. And then on the ovals, 132 like he was, back when it was black and white.
Yes,
so yes. I'm sure there'll be a few people out there remember him.
Now, Jonathan tells me that you're trying to grow a beard and moustache like Jonathan. Is that accurate?
It's just, I don't really know.
Stay with the moustache, rather.
Do you know what it is? I think I might just go back to Tash. I don't really know what I'm doing at the minute, but
like you can't do a Jeff Nichols, you can't do a Jonathan Abbott, so it's got to be the moustache. You've got to grow that proper.
Yeah, I think we'll get rid of beard and keep that and just go for Yorkshire Maverick look. I think
the Maverick works well. I'm going to tell you looked really solid out there, and the car looked like it was performing. It's great to see you win the first race of Aldershot, but I suspect there might be more in it come the final, eh?
I'm feeling good for the final.
Good.
So we'll see what happens.
Excellent. Don't say that stock car racing, whatever else happens. Don't say that stock car racing.
I think it's going to be a stock car racing final, though. I think it's going to be. Oh, it's going to have to be.
Thanks, James. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. No worries. Cheers.
Stood here with Lewis Hunter. Lewis, that was quite an interesting race, wasn't it? Because you were right up there with your friend, apparently. Is he still your friend?
Yeah, he's still my friend. Just hopefully be quicker in the next race and beat him in the final.
What did he have on his car that you couldn't match?
Yeah, I think he was rotating around the corner a lot better than I was.
So therefore you to make a change this time.
Yeah, we've made a few changes to hopefully win the final.
Give some of the people here a couple of clues as to where we were looking at.
We've altered the back panhard so it hopefully rotates round a lot better.
Is that the only one?
We've changed the stagger as well.
Ah, okay. So is that less stagger or more?
We'll put more stagger on.
So you find it the rear end was the limiting factor? Yeah. Okay. And was it a bit annoying, frustrating to watch him walk away a little bit?
Yeah, it was a bit, yeah.
Because you're having a little ding-dong with them to start with, weren't
you?
And you were both yellows together at the start of the season?
No, I was white.
Oh, you were white all the way through, were you?
Yeah,
Sorry, my mistake. I've been poorly informed by Jonathan. And what help has your dad given you in terms of racecraft?
A lot, and he's taught me a lot, and he teaches me a lot about the car.
Yeah.
He funds it all, obviously. I'm very grateful for it.
Bless him. Yeah. And have you done some karting before as well?
I did minis for 2 years.
But before minis, was there
No.
So straight from minis into this?
to these, yeah.
And do you do a lot of testing?
We went a few times at the start of the year with Tom Harris.
Okay.
Just to teach me how to drive, really. Start driving like
this. It seems to be working because I mean, although there was a bit of a gap to set to first place, there was a lot of space behind you as well. So what about the number 22? Do you find a bit of pressure from that? Is anybody cross with you for having 22?
No.
Will Yarrow number, isn't it?
No, we asked him and he said it was all right.
Oh, is that? Oh, well, that means we're never going to see him again. But there's big name, big reputation to live up to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's lovely to meet you, and let's hope that these changes work for the next race.
Hopefully win the final.
See you in the final.
Yeah, see you in the final. Thanks.
Cheers. So I'm here with Joe Nichols, who just got P2.
Second, yeah.
Second. Were you pleased with that?
Yeah, I was happy with that. I think I was unsure in practice. You don't know whether you're right or wrong, do you? But yeah, just getting used to the track. I was really happy with second. More qualifying points.
What does getting used to the track mean? What's particular about this track that's different to anywhere else?
Corners are different,
right?
I think. So one's tighter, one's more open.
So turns 3 and 4 tighter.
Which I know, 3 and 4 I thought was open, and 1 and 2 is a bit tighter.
I think you got that the wrong way around.
I don't know, whichever way around.
Yeah. No, it is 3 and 4 are tighter, and 1 and 2. But
it's definitely different. But yeah, I like it. I think we're all liking it. I think all the drivers are the same. So yeah.
And what changes have you made to the car to bring it here?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not changed a thing.
So this is a Skegness setup.
That's exactly what we're on a Skegness. Not done anything.
And
not changed gearing. Not changed anything.
But you didn't win the race, and you're still not going to change anything.
Well, I'm going to change tyres now.
Okay.
I felt a bit loose after halfway. I know there's some oil going down the track, but I felt loose, so we're going to try and tighten her up a bit and see what happens.
And so how will tightening up take place? What will you do?
I'm going to try and get a little bit less stagger.
Right.
And maybe a little fiddle on the springs or the shockers, and see what happens. Only a little tweak, nothing major.
No, it doesn't want much, does it?
Yeah,
do you do it one change at a time so that you can see what...
We normally do, but I don't know. We'll see. I've got to speak to the team and we'll go from there.
Speak to the team. I like that. Do that. Make it go quicker. That's what I say to my lad.
They're the boss, aren't they? they've been at it long enough. I'm just the mug behind the steering wheel.
Well, you're certainly that. Lovely. Thanks for your time. Right, bless you. Good luck in the final, mate.
Thank you. We'll try.
So we're in with Thomas Rogers, who just got the first place at Aldershot Racetrack. That must feel quite good.
Yeah, definitely it does. I've raced a mini here before, so I have a bit of experience here. I've probably been here 3 or 4 times, but yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but it's alright.
Do you think, having been in the mini here before, do you think that helped?
Yeah, I kind of knew how tight it was and what the track was going to be like. Obviously the F1 drives and behaves off differently, but yeah, it's good.
So can you give me an idea, because it seems to me that turns 1 and 2 are quite a wide bend, and turns 3 and 4 are quite tight. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's slightly uphill going into turn 3.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And so does that mean you can brake a little bit later?
Yeah, the corners are very different, and you have to go into them differently. But yeah, they're not too bad.
Okay. And what have you done before this, apart from mini stocks?
That's it. Minis, and I came to F1 last year.
Wow. Is it big change? Massive change.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So a big learning curve.
Definitely.
So is this your second season?
Yeah, second season. Yeah.
But I'm sorry for being so ignorant, but I don't get to many F1 races. Jonathan generally fills me in, but this time, particularly time he hasn't. So is this your first race win?
No, I've had 2 before. I won at Ipswich.
Did you know that, Jonathan? Jonathan knew that and he didn't tell me. He's making me look silly. And where were the 2?
Ipswich and Skegness last year.
Okay, nice tracks. Nice to win at both places, but they're all south, so when are you going to win a northern track?
I'm not sure. Well, we're building a shell car, it's almost done, so
Are
hopefully
you?
get one of that.
So are you building that, or are you getting
Yeah,
somebody
me
to
and my dad have built it.
Wow.
Everything, yeah.
And who built this?
I'm not sure, it's quite old.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it certainly goes quite well.
Yeah.
So, high hopes for the final?
Yeah, definitely. I hope it goes alright, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, congratulations on the second race winner at Aldershot, and good luck for the final.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Bless you. So, we're here with Danny Wayman, and instead of standing in front of the 212 car, it's the 515. Are you going to drive this?
No, they won't let me take my car off the track.
Ah, what's up with your car?
It smokes for a few laps, and then I don't know if the engine's gone bang or not, but they always say they go a lot faster before they blow up, and it was definitely going well.
It was, Danny, for everybody's information who isn't here to see the race, it was going absolutely brilliantly, left all the reds behind. I think he got his P5 at one point and dragging everybody in and started to smoke a little bit. How long into that were you aware that there was something kicking off?
To be fair, I've been struggling with power steering for quite a few meetings. We've messed about so much with power steering boxes and pipes, and the power steering was just getting heavy. I just thought I'd burst the pipe at the top. Kept an eye on the gauges, and nothing went on the gauges. So they won't let me bring the car off, so I don't actually know what it's done.
Why won't they? Oh, because they damn it!
A bit of oil downside, it's dripping, so they won't take it off. It does look like engine oil, so I was a bit like,
you can smell the difference between engine oil and damn.
But it's one of them, isn't it? Just checking I've got no bogies.
Well, I can say you've got 3.
Yeah.
Listen, Danny, I really hope it's not the engine, or if it's the engine, it's a seal or something. So that's a seal.
Hopefully, I've just been on phone to Chris, who does my engine, and we've got to try and get it out and back to him to get it back for next weekend. Otherwise, I'll be missing European, and I definitely don't want to do that.
We can't be doing that. Well, whatever. When you come back, I hope it's as quick as it was in that race.
I'll definitely come back down here. I absolutely love it down here. That track's a stock car track, and yeah, it's good to race on something like that.
Brilliant.
Definitely need a few more meetings back here. Just move it close enough.
Fingers crossed for you, mate. Good luck. So I'm stood here with Michael Scriven, who is a race winner at Aldershot, race number 3, the Consolation. Well done, Nick.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, you're pleased with that?
Yeah, I can't complain. Wife keeps saying I'm getting too old for it, so...
Well, what are you now? 50... Anyway,
I bet I swear on you.
It seemed actually, I'm going to say, it seemed actually quite humdrum. It seemed like you had Chris Cowley behind you. It didn't feel like he was catching you after a while. You just kind of held it together. I mean, it seemed like a good setup on the car.
Yeah, the car's not really changed in all the years I've had it.
Really?
Even when I beat you back then.
You've never beat him, have you?
No, not at all.
But last lap, wasn't it? At Hednesford. Anyway, let's leave that behind. That's not important.
It hurts, doesn't it?
So, when last were you out?
Hednesford this year.
And what change did you make to this car before you came here?
None.
None?
No, I lie. I put a new set of brakes in it because at Hednesford I could not stop it.
Okay, and have the brakes made a difference?
Oh, 100%.
New material, right?
Yeah, brakes are getting better as the racing's going on. Obviously we only got 1 practice. Yeah. I only got 3 laps in the first heat, so they're coming better as the race went on.
Okay, and here people are saying there's a very wide turn 1-2, quite a tight turn 3-4, right?
I'll be honest, I don't know. Just turn left, don't I?
So I saw you measuring rear wheels back there. Are you changing your stagger for the final?
I was going to change the tyres, put the same stagger on again, but just put a new set of tyres on, or a better set of tyres for the final.
And is that a complete set?
No, just the rear. Can't afford all 4.
Well, you can with all your winnings.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Have you got experience here before?
I have raced a bit at Hot Stock around here a few years ago now.
And how did you get on with that?
Well, I did win a race.
You won a race? Good grief, you're getting good at this, aren't you?
Yeah, I have got a little bit of advantage, I suppose, but it was a few years ago.
It was a few years ago. But I mean, it's actually quite a technical track, isn't it? There's a little bit more, you don't just throw it round, do you?
No, you can't just throw it around, you've got to watch the tyres because you get too tight. You go around the corner and then you end up too tight and you've got to correct yourself.
Yeah.
So you're trying to sweep it a little bit, but then you've got to watch no one's pushing because then you're just spinning. So.
Is it me as well? As you come through the start-finish line, it looks like the track almost, the fence almost comes back in on itself a little bit. There's a few people just kissing the outside.
I don't know, I'm going too fast to look at the fence.
Well,
that's assaulted it. Can we take that? That's edited out now, isn't it?
Assaulted him. Really well done. I really hope you do well in the final. If I were in it, I hope you do a little bit worse than me, but good job anyway, Mick. Well
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
So I'm here with John Findlay, number 71, and you have just qualified for the final at Aldershot, and this is your first ever stock car race. How does that feel?
Oh, it's great. I thought I'd just be making up the numbers, but I've kept out of trouble, and somehow I've managed to get in the final.
And did you feel that you had some pace in you? What were other cars doing around you? Were they pulling away? Were you holding some of them off?
I think I was keeping up, but obviously this is my first time, so I'm sort of gaining experience. It can only get better from here, really.
And have you come a long way today?
Come from Nottingham.
From Nottingham?
Yeah.
Oh, so right in the middle of Nottingham?
Yeah, just north Nottingham in Weymouth, yeah.
And what do you do apart from stock car racing?
So I run, remember Robot Wars, the TV show?
Robot Wars?
Robot Wars.
I've just about heard of that, yeah.
That's what I do for a living. So I build robots for people, and we run a live talk at the Extreme Robots Tour all over the UK.
Wow, so you're actually quite famous.
In robot circles, I'm quite famous.
Are you more famous than Jonathan Abbott?
No. He's obviously more famous.
So future in F1, I mean, obviously you've got finals to go to. Forget here and now, because you're obviously going to go and win the final. But outside of this,
maybe 3 more this year, and then I'll evaluate, and then maybe next year I'll do it a bit more serious. This is a tester.
And what does a bit more serious Matt still?
Maybe with Matt, or maybe buying a car. Have to see. It depends how the rest of the year goes. I'm going to do tarmac, maybe one show, one the rest at the end of the year, and then see how we go for next year.
If you're building robots, you must have a pretty good knowledge of how things are put together and technical details and stuff. So do you put your eye over this and go, yeah, I'd go with that. This is what.
At the moment, I'm just driving. I'm concentrating on driving.
Okay, so can we just draw the viewers' attention to the cable tie that's very conveniently put. Now, is that a Robot Wars thing, that using a cable tie?
We do use lots of cable ties in robots, but apparently that's a very important cable tie.
Okay, so it's
I don't know why, but apparently yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Well, look, Jonathan, lovely to meet you, and I really hope you do well.
Thank you.
Bless you.
All the best. Thank you.
Cheers.
Don't talk to Roger Bromley. Whatever you do not talk to Roger Bromley.
How about that? Not only first heat winner, first race winner, but now first final winner too. How does that feel?
Absolutely amazing, because I've not won a final yet, and to go do heat and final really is something else.
Totally.
I think today's the best day I've ever had.
Oh, that is
in the racing respect, yeah.
What, so not in the interviewing respect, is that what you're trying to say?
Well, you got me there.
No, it was really, really well done, but just talk me through what was happening there, because you had built a great lead, you went yellows. How did that feel? Leading the race, they're suddenly right up against you.
From what I can remember, it just all happens that quick. My plan was to just get past Lewis nicely, get to the front, get my head down, and just keep going. I knew there were going to be a yellow, at least one, and then when it came, surprisingly, they put Chris behind me instead in front, and I know Chris has a bit of respect for me, that he wasn't going to dink me and get gone, and then get his leg back on the lead lap. So I let him sit behind me for a bit, and then, to be fair, just his car being on mirror were applying pressure on making mistakes, so I let him go and just got my head down. The tyres started to go off. I seen Sword when I seen Frank coming, absolutely on a mission, and I thought it was going to be one of those that I'd lead to the last corner and someone else would take it, but on the last lap I did a quick glance and they weren't there, so I just coasted around and brought it on.
So I managed to watch the whole race, and it was really interesting watching you, because as you say, good start, got away from your mate really, really quickly, and built a good lead, went yellows, Chris behind. It's like, what do we do now? I'm thinking, let him go. He's not your battle. As you say, and what do? You let him go. Perfect.
I just kept him there just in case someone did come, he'd take it instead of me. It never came, and then when I saw that we actually were pulling away, I thought, right, Chris, in a bit, I'm just going to stay here and just plod along.
But in truth, it was a little bit more than plodding along, because you were lighting the rear end up a little bit.
I'll be honest, no, I was getting nervous, if I'm honest with you, because like I say, it's just one of those positions, and when you see certain people coming, you think, don't do this to me, don't do this to me. I was pushing the car to its absolute limit just to make sure that I was getting over that flag.
And it seemed, I'm going to be honest, I kept myself, stop lighting it up. The seal smoke coming off the tyres just on the exit of every bend, I'm like, cool it down, because you will get more traction if they're not spinning.
I did a couple of laps of coasting, but I felt that they were catching a lot quicker, so we didn't going to want me in this, but I thought, sod it, let's just burn some rubber and get this win.
Listen, you burnt the rubber, you got the win, and for those of you who weren't there, Charlie got really close, then got an offside rear puncture. I think maybe he got that.
I think he would have last bended me. It was coming. Coming on a mission. To be
but
fair.
he got tangled up with you a little bit.
I seen him coming, and I just wanted, and I seen Frank, and I thought, you know what, if I can back Charlie up to Frank, hopefully take him off me. It was just one of those chances that you saw, you either come out on top or you really don't. Thankfully, for once.
It's always great to see a white top winning a final as well. It really gets you. You've been really, really well. You've been dead proud of yourself. And look at this. This is wonderful. Bless you. It's a few boxes carried home as well.
Yeah, Dad'll be happy for that, but I'm happy for that.
Right.
And the weather's out. Weather's nice.
Happy days to go and win the national now.
That's right. That's right. We'll see. Thank you so much.
So with one more race to go, that's it from us from Aldershot. It's been a fantastic Formula One stock car meeting. I think every driver and fan that we've spoken to has thoroughly enjoyed today. Certainly it's great to showcase Formula Ones in front of a new set of fans, and hopefully it'll be a yearly event. And what we've seen is clearly lower graders like the track. James Hill Morton won heat and final. It's been a fantastic day, Roger.
I mean, I actually echo what you said. Everybody we've spoken to, we've spoken to lots and lots of people, fans, mechanics, drivers, they're all saying the same thing. What a great time they've had at Aldershot, and I think it's fair to say we've had a good time.
We've had a good time. The sun's been shining.
The sun's been shining.
The sun's been shining, and there's lots of lovely people, and there's lots of greenery.
We like greenery.
We like greenery. We like greenery. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, that's it from us.